Hello, my name is Cortez, and I have the honor of serving as the mayor of Joplin. This means I get to deliver this message to you each month with an update about how your local government is serving the people of our community. You may be watching this video where it is embedded at the top of our monthly email newsletter, but in case you're watching this somewhere else, like YouTube or Facebook, I want to invite you to sign up for our monthly email newsletter. We work hard to pack that monthly email with useful information as reminders, upcoming events, project updates, and more. Last month, we shared the city's State of the Community video, which looked back on our accomplishments in 2024 and shared a vision for where we're going. We told you we got a lot of construction and activity happening in Joplin this year, so today, let's go through the list of bigger projects which will be under construction this year. Just a quick note, you may have heard the term Capital Improvement Projects, or CIPs, in reference to projects the city is working on. CIPs are projects which the city has to spend capital, a big chunk of money, in a one-time project to make an improvement to the community. CIPs are different from ongoing expenses like salaries for city staff, which we budget for each year so we can maintain services and programs, and who plan for projects and ensure they are implemented according to plan. In 2025, we budgeted $78.6 million for capital improvement projects. Some of the projects we budgeted for may only have planning for design work performed during this year, and others will actually begin, continue, or complete construction during this fiscal year. It's not unusual for capital projects timelines and budgets to roll over from one year to the next. As a reminder, when you hear the acronym ARPA, which stands for American Rescue Plan Act, it was passed by Congress in 2021, whereby the federal government issued grant funds directly to cities and also funded grant programs managed by various federal and state government agencies to help pay for capital projects. So let's get specific, and we'll focus on projects which we anticipate to be actually under construction this year. Let's start with our exciting park projects. We broke ground in February on the new Dover Outdoor Recreation Area Bike Park, which we call DORA for short. This is a $6.8 million new park featuring mountain biking trails, an area for kids who are learning to ride, and fun challenges for riders of all skill levels. This park is paid for with revenues from the voter-approved Parks and Stormwater Sales Tax and Hotel Motel Tax, plus $4 million of grant funding from the city's ARPA funding, plus a state and local tourism ARPA grant, which was awarded by the State of Missouri Department of Economic Development and the U.S. Treasury. Later this year, we look forward to breaking ground on the renovations to Ewart Park. Renovations will create a splash park with an ice ribbon and also add covered basketball courts, a stage for live performances, and other improvements. These improvements will draw families to come to enjoy the park in all seasons, and we'll be highlighting the park's historical significance and restoring community pride in this gathering place. Council has approved a budget of nearly $10 million for this project, with over $6.2 million paid for through the voter-approved Parks and Stormwater Sales Tax and nearly $4 million in beautification fundings thanks to the voter-approved use tax. Sewer and stormwater projects may not be as exciting as new parks, but sewers make the stinky water go away and stormwater improvements reduce flash flooding problems caused by heavy rains. Most of the time, we take this infrastructure for granted, but it's a big deal when we get to invest multiple millions of dollars to make these kinds of improvements. This year, we're investing $5.5 million in sanitary sewer projects and another nearly $15 million in stormwater projects. The best part is the city was awarded over $8.6 million in ARPA dollars awarded through the State Department of Natural Resources, or DNR for short. The large grant award augments $6.2 million of funding from the Parks and Stormwater Sales Tax, which was passed by Joplin voters. ARPA is also funding source for the city's $5 million investment in drinking water infrastructure, a project on which we have partnered with Missouri American Water to make $10 million worth of water system improvements. And ARPA provided another $5 million so the city could invest in strengthening our high-speed internet infrastructure being installed by Allo Fiber in our community, so we can rely on this new fiber network should the city ever experience another major natural disaster. Streets are more visible than underground infrastructure, but we tend to not think about investing in street improvements until the roads we drive on develop cracks and potholes. This year, the city is investing $4.3 million in street surfacing through a process known as mill and overlay. Crews hired by the city will mill or grind away the bumpy top layer of the asphalt and then overlay a fresh layer, creating a smooth road surface. This in addition to the regular street maintenance and neighborhood improvements our crews perform on a regular basis. This project is paid for through the Transportation and Capital Improvement Sales Tax, which were approved by voters. The city will also spend an estimated $2 million this year to remove the old Pennsylvania Avenue Viaduct Bridge, thanks to funding from the Capital Improvement Sales Tax, which Joplin voters approved in 2024. You may have seen the first phase of the project to improve Zora Street between Rangeline and 249 has been completed with its new roundabout intersection with Duquesne. The second phase of this project will also be under construction this year. The first two phases combined for a cost of $7.1 million. This project is funded through the Capital Improvement Sales Tax and $4 million from the state of Missouri's Governor's Grant. 20th Street will be widened from Schiffendecker to Central City Road at a cost of $13 million. Utilities are being moved to make room for the wider road, and road work will begin this year. This project is funded with over $9.4 million from the Capital Improvement Sales Tax, but also $4 million from the Jasper County ARPA funds, plus contributions from the Jasper County Special Road District and the city's ARPA funds. From streets to runways, at the Joplin Airport, you can fly to Chicago in the morning or Denver in the evening, but the cost of improving runway surfaces is a lot more expensive than repaving a street. We're thankful we were awarded a grant from the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, in the amount of approximately $11.2 million to help us afford an $11.8 million rehabilitation of runway 1331. One of the projects I'm most excited to see underway will be the streetscaping along Main Street between 8th and 15th Street. That's a $6 million project funded 50% by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD. It's a major investment in the walkability of this corridor and will make it just look so much nicer. But if you really want to go enjoy a beautiful walk, you'll be excited to know that the Tin Cup Trail project is under construction along the creek. And we expect the Grand Falls Trail project to also start construction this year. But the crown jewel of this interconnected trails will be the new Tin Cup Trail Bridge. Construction is starting in the coming months and will allow pedestrians to explore from Grand Falls all the way to Cunningham Park and beyond once completed. The trail projects are paid for using a combination of funds from Parks and Stormwater Sales Tax, Use Tax, the city's ARPA grant, and a MoDOT Transportation Alternatives Program, or TAP grant. Which of these projects are you most excited for? We're already starting to see a lot of orange cones and construction equipment around town, and we look forward to completion of all these community improvements. It's an exciting time to see Joplin get critical infrastructure improvements and new recreational amenities, which will make our home an even better place to live. Here's wishing you a marvelous March, and we'll see you again in April.